What the pros know when it comes to selling on Amazon using the arbitrage business model. That's what this video is about. And stick around because that's important. If you're going to do this business, what's going to need to happen eventually, you're going to have to start thinking like a professional. Okay, so as you're putting time into this, it's going to be important because why? When you start thinking like a pro, right off the bat, you start having the proper expectations. And that is, for me, one of the major keys in having success on Amazon is having the proper expectations, because when you have the proper expectations, you know what to expect. So when things start to go awry, when you start having the challenges that will naturally occur, you can deal with them, you can be proactive and less reactive and feeling like you're blindsided. So let's hop into the video. This is what to sell on Amazon. I'm Horace. Let's go. All right, hustlers, thank you for making the decision to spend some time out of your day with me. I really appreciate it. My name is Horace, also known as La Machine. This is what to sell on Amazon, and this is where we talk about arbitrage. So before we even get started, if you are a newbie, one of the things that could really be beneficial to you is my free arbitrage investment guide. And that's going to be important if you haven't even started yet, because here's what I know. Even if you haven't started yet, I know you are getting hit with all sorts of offers in terms of tools, bells and whistles, courses, classes, all this stuff that you can spend money on, and you haven't even made a quarter yet. So you really want an idea on how to evaluate all of these quote unquote investments. And you want to be able to compare in terms of what you need to invest versus the return you're going to get out of it, specifically at this point if you are a newbie. Because what you don't want to do is invest unnecessarily in things that you don't really need right off the bat. So take advantage and download that free guide. Link is in the description. So in this video today, we're going to cover some of the things that the pros know. Now, obviously, to keep this video on the brief side, we can't cover everything. So we're going to cover a couple of things that the pros know. And as you get better at this, you need to know as well. So the first thing I want to tell you is this. Number one, pros know that you don't have to know everything. That is key, guys. And let me tell you why. Okay? Because you can spend all day watching videos, you can buy courses, you can study. If you're the type of guy that wants all of your I's dotted and all of your T's crossed, then have at it. If that's how you are. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to know everything. And pros know that. That's good for pros because they move forward. They do things. Okay? And I'm not going to let you sit there and tell me, oh, well, I'm studying right now. I'm watching videos right now. I'm taking classes. I'm reading books. I'm doing all this. And once I know everything, then I'll get started. Nope. I don't want to hear it. I don't know everything. I really don't. And it hasn't stopped me. Later, we're going to look at my numbers, as we always do in all of my videos. When you need to know something and you get stuck or you have a question, we live in the 21st century. We can act like it. We can go to Google. We can go to Reddit. We can go to the forums. You can go to your group. You like being in your groups, right? You can go to your group when you have that question and you can ask that question. I got a group. And you know what? A lot of the people in my group know more than me, but they don't all get the same numbers that I get. So you're not going to get that excuse. You want to do this business, you need to do it. You don't have to know everything. You know what you need to know? You need to know enough to do it, to get started, okay? And the other stuff you will learn. Take that serious, guys. Take it to heart. Do not use that I don't know everything as an excuse to keep you from going. Yes, you need to know the basics. Chances are you already know that. But I'm not one of the biggest channels out here. If you found me, you've already been watching this. So we're not going to play this. I need to learn everything before I get started. And I'll just say one more thing on that. As I mentioned, I don't know everything, and I don't pretend to know everything. I don't know everything, and I say good. I say good because then I can show you the kind of numbers I get without knowing everything. Okay? I'm not here to teach you everything. What I would like to do is show you how to think so that you can work out your own problems. I don't care how many courses you buy. I don't care how much you paid for your course. I don't care about your coaching, your consultations, your groups, and everything else that you subscribe to. There's always going to be something that comes up. There's always going to be a challenge for you. Something, some hurdle that you got to overcome. That's life. That's not particular to Amazon. That's life. So if you learn how to think, you'll be able to work through your own individual challenges. Another thing that the pros know is if you're going to do Amazon for any real length of time, it can be to your advantage to buy out of season. And this is something I have to get better at. Sometimes I don't act like a pro. Because you got to be proactive, you got to be thinking, you got to be getting out there and doing, and you got to make investments in inventory that you're going to sit on for a while. But it's worth it because I'm going to tell you guys, if you've been doing this, and guys, if a lot of you that are watching this video have been out here and you've been doing Amazon, some of you 2, 3, 4 years. Let these guys know. Let the new ones know what I'm about to tell you right now. Some of you guys know, and I expect you to add value. Please do us a favor and, give me an amen and let me know your experiences with buying out of season. You're buying products that you know are going to sell when you get into the proper season. That means now you're buying Christmas items. Now, where are we right now? We're in March and you're buying Christmas items because you know those items are going to sell. You're buying Halloween items and you can get them so cheap. You're buying winter clothing if you like clothing. As we're going into the spring, you're buying winter because now is the time. Now, it's up to you to figure out how much can you invest towards that. But you have to do it knowing, that that's going to come around. Guys, leave a comment. If you help these guys, give them the confidence that they're going to need to invest some money towards the future. That's how a professional thinks. And so we're going to take a look at an example of something I bought out of season. Now, it may not be the best example, but it's just going to give you a quick example. We're going to look at 2 products. And what we're looking at right now is this baby girl's romper. And you can see this is kind of like a summary type of item. And when we look on Amazon, you can see 2 days ago, I sold one. A week ago, I sold one. Now, I sold some 3 months ago, 4 months ago, but particularly, we're looking at the ones that we recently sold in the month of March. So as we're approaching spring, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to come over to the actual. We're going to come over to the product in my software, which is Inventory Lab, because what we want to do is we want to see when did I buy the product. So we'll come over to Inventory FBA, and there it is. So we can see I bought it sometime the first day of October in 2020. So I pretty much bought it out of season. It was a clearance item. So I paid $5.98 for it, knowing that it would probably sit. Now watch this. We're going to take a look. Okay, so there it is. Now I paid $5.98. I listed it. It sold at $17.23. I didn't make a huge dollar amount, but that's a 77% return on investment. Imagine the total amount of money that you got going out in inventory and turning it at a 77% return on investment. You're going to do pretty good. It doesn't matter how you divide it up over each individual product. You put so much out every month, you're getting back what you put in plus, a 77% return. You're doing pretty good. But here's where I might have made a mistake. Let's take a look a little deeper, guys, because you can't just say, here's what you got to think. Okay. You got to think, if I've had this product sitting out in the warehouse since October, in the FBA warehouse, I'm paying storage on that. October, November, December, January, February, March. So we're talking 6 months, okay? Or at least 3. They probably haven't charged March yet. But watch. See, in Inventory Lab, you can click on storage and you can start seeing what are you paying in fees. We said like 6 months. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. By 6 months, I mean, this particular product doesn't take up a lot of space, but this is just something to think about. What would have been smarter was for me to probably just sit on the item, keep it at home, and then send it in later so that I'm not paying storage fees. I didn't pay that much, but that's not the point. You really don't want to pay anything. And the idea is, storage is going to cost you money. Now, mind you, if you go back to the product, then you can see I had it in October. I sold one about 2 months later. And then I sold one in January. And those wouldn't have sold had I sat on it. So that's something to think about as well. But I think you get the point. When you start getting into certain items, you're going to pay more in storage. That's something to consider, right? Because like I said, at a certain point, you start losing money. Now, I wouldn't lose until we get into the year 2023. But, this is just something to consider. The next product we want to look at is this swimming trunks. Now, of course, that was out of season as well. How do we know that? Because, let's see here. Let's stick that in there. And here we go again. I bought that at the same time. It was on clearance, $522, $12.98 is what we sold it at, right? And let's see if we can find that out there. I'll have to stick that in there. So give me just a second. Okay, guys, so here we go again. You didn't make a big dollar amount, but you got 23. You could round up even to 24% return on investment. Now, if you follow my channel, you know I'm okay with a 20% return on investment. Some people don't work with those numbers. I do. Your business model is your business model, so that's that. But again, we got to look, over 6 months, what am I paying? And how is that affecting my profit? I could have went either way with that, same deal. But look I didn't sell any of these until this month. So I probably could have, in retrospect, I probably could have sat on these before I even sent them into the warehouse paying storage on them. You know what I mean? It's not much on this item. But what about, if I'm doing this, if I'm just sending stuff in all the time, all of these products, this is adding up. You see what I'm saying? I have lots of items sitting in the warehouse. How many of them didn't really need to sit out there? So this is the things that the pros know. They buy out of season and they learn how to time when they're going to send products in. And guys, if you watch my channel, I'm a truck driver. I pick up at Amazon warehouses. I'm picking up trailer loads of people's things that are taking their products out of FBA. And it could be that it's no longer in season. Why pay storage? They've figured out it's cheaper to bring that stuff back when it's out of season, send it back when it's in season. These are the types of things that pros are considering. So that's what this is all about, guys. Just showing you different perspectives on how pros approach the business. And there's one more thing I want to cover in this video. Again, we may make a series out of this because there's just a lot of stuff to cover as far as what the pros know. But this one is huge, guys. Revenue is going to rise. Revenue is going to fall. You can't get into this business thinking that it's somehow different than all other businesses, because you got to remember, all businesses have their ebb and flow. Prices, revenue goes up, it goes down, it's dynamic. That's how this works. And pros know that. It's important. It's important for you to know this, again, so that you don't panic and you have realistic expectations, okay? Sometimes you're going to be on a downward trend. If you follow this channel, you've seen me in a downward trend. That means the numbers just kept going down, down, down. And I kept showing you. I kept showing you because I knew they were going to start going up. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Okay, so here we are inside my Seller Central account, and you can see today is March the 22nd. The year is 2021, and so today we've had 11 sales for $550.76. Now. So that's 27 orders today, $550.76. Over the last 7 days, 126 units sold, $3,420.46. Over the last 15 days, 210 units sold, $5,745.41. And over the running 30-day total, 403 units sold, $11,720.89, and that number is going up. Let me show you what I mean by that. So we're gonna go a little bit deeper, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna go. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go month to date. Apply that. We ain't worried about last year. This was COVID last year. Look at that, COVID. But that's last year. That's gone. But we will compare last month. Now look at that red line is last month. And what you noticed was, look at your blue line. Look at what happened. Look at where last month you had on the 3rd of February, 10 units sold, $316.15. Okay. But the 3rd of March, you went from 10 units up to 33 units. $777.78. And my point is this: if you follow along, what you'll notice is the blue line is doing much better than the red line. So this month is doing better than last month. Let's quantify that. So for the entire month of February, you did $8,891.38. You already pretty much matched that. You're already pretty much matched, and you still got a week and a half left in the month. So you're going to do better. You see what I'm saying, guys? You gotta hang in there. What's the lesson in this? When we're talking about your business, what's the lesson? The lesson is, when you're in a downward trend, you have to know that it will eventually turn around. So now you can make your adjustments. Now, obviously, if you're in a downward trend, you can't keep throwing excessive amounts of money at the problem, but you still need to be making your purchases. You still need to be in business, knowing that it's eventually going to turn. And you you catch that wave, okay? That wind is in your sails. Now you really need to guide that ship and go somewhere. You see what I'm saying? Because eventually, as things go along, you'll lose the wind. The wave will go away. So you just gotta, the pros know this is what happens in business and they learn how to take advantage, okay? I've been doing better sourcing now because I can see a trend going where things are starting to rise again. Now, we could sit there all day and try to evaluate and come up with the reasons why. People will tell you, oh, well, people are getting their stimulus checks and, some people they like trying to explain things. They love the banter and the rhetoric and all that. Look, I'm just trying to get this money. So I don't need to know all the reasons why. I just need to know the laws of the universe. That's the way it works. Gonna go up, gonna go down. You got the seasons, baby. This is life. Okay? And after a winter comes spring. Okay? After a summer comes fall. You gotta know what season you're in and act accordingly. Okay, guys. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you don't miss any of these videos that we come out with every week. And again, leave some comments. Let's get some dialogue so that we can help out the people who haven't begun to think like professionals, because we know that once they start thinking like pros, they're going to start getting pro-like results. Okay? And what you want to do is, if you're new to this, again, like I mentioned, you want to get that free information on the Arbitrage Investment Guide so that you know how to even consider where your money would be best invested as a beginner. You may not need to be buying anything until you get some momentum going, but we'll let you be the judge once you learn how to properly evaluate the different tools and stuff that are out there. Keep learning, guys. We got everything you need right here on this channel. We got 2 videos right here that will teach you how to evaluate a product, okay? Any type of reselling is all about evaluating, okay? Putting the odds in your favor that you've made a good pick, a product that's going to sell at a profit and at a rapid rate. There are no guarantees, but when you learn how to properly evaluate, you put the odds in your favor and you win more than you lose, okay? The pros know you're going to lose some, but we ain't getting into that right now. So, and also we have the Lightning course and the Lightning course part 2. If you do decide you're ready for the software tactical arbitrage, which I do recommend once you're ready, remember, you can use my link, get 10 days free. You don't have to pay anything, okay? And you're going to get the most out of your free trial when you take the Lightning course and the Lightning course part 2. So I'll see you guys in the next video.